You finally get paid on a Friday, but by Tuesday, you are already watching your checking account balance drop. By the end of the week, you are doing that familiar math in your head, calculating what is left, what is coming out, and what you absolutely cannot touch. This persistent feeling of not enough remains, regardless of what you earn or how many times you say, "This month will be different." Millions of people go to work, pay all their monthly bills, and still end up with nothing. This isn't a lack of responsibility or a low salary. It's the result of a specific pattern that most people have never been taught to identify. That pattern is the paycheck to paycheck cycle. It survives on invisible habits running on autopilot, quietly keeping you stuck. Without visibility, the loop repeats. Even when income grows, the autopilot system scales up, draining the surplus, returning you to zero. Breaking this cycle requires a manual override. Move away from end-of-month reactions and start designing the month from the very beginning. The intervention begins by shifting your starting line. You must have a complete plan for your financial month before your paycheck actually arrives. This starts with exact tracking. For 30 days, record every single expense to expose where money disappears through rough estimations. Seeing the cold, hard truth of your spending usually reveals lost money that becomes the starting point for your new plan. Next, create a spending plan. Before the month begins, assign every incoming dollar a specific job. You are routing your resources into locked categories like rent, food, and savings before they have the chance to scatter. Giving your money a mathematical direction prevents it from slipping back into that autopilot loop. When you decide where the money goes in advance, it stops disappearing. Deciding your spending early provides a clear framework for your month. It secures your assets in place, ensuring you maintain absolute control over your financial direction before the first bill arrives. To create immediate breathing room, find one recurring invisible drain and cut it. Removing even a small subscription or a regular habit reduces the total pressure on your monthly math. Most people struggle because their fixed bills land on the calendar before their paycheck arrives. This gap creates a red zone on the timeline where you are forced to react, usually by leaning on credit. A $500 buffer acts as a permanent bridge. This specific fund exists exclusively to handle those early month expenses, neutralizing the timing problem before it can force you into debt. With the buffer absorbing those early costs, the red zone disappears. You stop reacting to the calendar and start managing your money from a position of stability. Finally, automate a fixed savings transfer the moment your paycheck clears. Moving that money before paying any bills ensures that your future goals are funded first, rather than being left with whatever happens to remain at the end of the month. Combining a timing buffer with automated savings moves you from a defensive state into a fully protected one. You are no longer vulnerable to the timing of your bills or the temptation of an unmonitored account. Once these systems are running, the financial autopilot is off. You have transitioned into manual control of your month. Your focus shifts to expanding the gap between what you earn and spend. This illuminated space represents growing financial freedom. Consistent adjustments, like negotiating bills or cutting costs, continuously widen this distance. As this surplus grows, the heavy mental weight begins to lift. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle is a structural flaw, not a permanent reality. It can be systematically disassembled and replaced with stability, one decision at a time.
Follow Cash Control 360 for clear, practical money strategies every week. This content is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice.